All right.
hold it, Cece?
That'll be fine. You gotta be able to hold it over here so that you can see what I'm doing. I see what I'm doing in the sink. So we got this mesh sieve, and I'm gonna put,
Sideways so it.
well, now it's upside down.
What?
That's
No,
okay.
it's not.
Not, oh, it's not. I'm sorry, I thought it was.
It was like the thing was flipped while she was holding
That's
it
okay.
normal.
That's fine. So I'm putting a coffee filter in there now. And then what I'm doing is I'm scooping out a couple of handfuls of the sand and gravel, so all the substrate from the fish tank. Because it got really gross and needs to be washed. And I don't have a gravel vacuum, and I don't really want to completely replace all of the substrate. So this is going to be my last bucket here. It's okay. Yeah, it's still going. All right. So
She just kept zooming in a bunch.
get as much out as I can. And if you can see too, I've got a coffee filter over the drain here because a lot of sand is getting out, of course, which is, you know, gonna happen. So I'm using some water here then, kind of lukewarm, warmer. And can you see how gross the water is? Don't keep zooming in and out. You can bring the phone closer too. So you see how gross it starts out, and I just kind of stir it around. And it takes a couple of minutes per like basket of stuff. And it's making a bit of a mess here in the bathroom sink, but that's all right. It's all, you know, perfectly washable. And you can see the water's getting, you know, less gross, but it's still pretty grimy and disgusting. So I didn't really notice that quite at first when I first started doing this. This is the first time I've done this. So not all of the substrate got washed as well, but that's okay because then some of the bacteria that is beneficial to the fish is going to still stay in the gravel and keep the fish tank nice and healthy, but not overrun with bacteria. Now if you can see, like, get a little closer there, kiddo, it's getting a lot clearer. It's still kind of gross looking, but it's almost clear. Just a little bit of cloudiness, and since there is as much sand as there is, I am going to have just a little bit of cloudiness anyway. But I'm using my hand to stir it around because then less of the sand is going to end up in the sink versus like shaking it. And I'm sure then too that it's getting mixed up real good. And then if you bring it again, kiddo, it's almost clear completely. Bring it over the thing again, kiddo. Like, it's almost completely clear now. The lights are kind of causing a glare, but it's almost completely clear. It's not all cloudy and disgusting like it just was. And then what we've been doing, turn the water off. And as you can see, obviously with the coffee filter and whatnot, obviously sand still gets in to the sink. But I've got a coffee filter over the drain so that that doesn't get into the drain trap as bad. And then I drain as much of this off as I can without hopefully letting any of the sand fall into the sink.
Painting your nose.
I know.
And then when I've got most of the water drained off, I bring it down here. I've got a bucket with all the cleaned substrate, and I just kind of hold the coffee filter with my hand and shake it out, tap that, and then put the coffee filter in a bag to go in the trash. And that was the last of what I scraped out of the fish tank. I'm going to clean the fish tank nice and good and probably dry out some of the substrate a bit before I put it back in. And you can go ahead and stop it there, kiddo.
No.
Oh, yeah, let's stop it.
Okay.